Hey guys, Karan Binani from Moby Scrub here and back with the top 5 games for the month of June 2018. The first one is Color Tube, and it's one of those stupid, simple games but really addictive and challenging at the same time. It's simple because the only rule is to hit the ball with those colors that match the color of the ball. And by that, I just mean this. It's challenging because colors change and so does the speed of the game. It's really not as simple to keep control, and you need to be really focused to win at this game. The graphics are really good, smooth, and the game can get really trippy because of all the colors and the circles. The background has this really nice universe kind of feel, and it keeps changing. Right now, it's fairly plain, but it gets that Milky Way feel to it at the background. And the music is also quite immersive. I've kept it at a low volume right now so that you guys can hear me, but it's quite nice and it goes really well with the overall gameplay. The next one is called Interlocked, and very rightly so. It's a puzzle game and requires some level of intelligence and a lot of patience to win at. Essentially, your job is to unlock various pieces and throw them away unless one piece is left. So you have to unlock the entire assembly in as many less moves as possible. It's completely 3D and geometric, so you can turn around the piece and understand the locking angles and accordingly move around various pieces. You can move them in all three directions, which is horizontal, vertical, and towards or away from you. Of course, it gets more and more difficult and very challenging as you progress. The levels are designed so that you learn to handle that difficulty. You can skip and move on, or you can continue to keep cracking at it. It's really fun and can keep you engaged for very long. The game does remind me a lot of Monument Valley to some level, which was also about geometry, but this is like a low-end, low-graphic, low-key version of that. The third one is called Horizon, which is again very simple to play but gets a lot more fun and fast paced as you go along crossing levels. The graphics are really good, futuristic, and minimal. The gameplay is really smooth and it gets even better when you pick up speed as you cross levels. The number of obstacles change as well because you're progressing and number of obstacles keep increasing, and colors change as well, which is also very nice. In case you crash, you can continue from where you picked up by watching an ad in this free version of the game. Now, there aren't a lot of options within the game. It's pretty straightforward. At max, you can change the streak of the light that the ship leaves behind as trail, since that's a major visual component, and you can also change your ship. Now, there's a premium version which is $7.49 a week. Don't get that. The next one is Missiles, and this isn't a new game or anything that it should feature in the June edition as such. It's just a game that I really liked and thought you guys should know about it too. It's so dead simple, but it really gets onto your nerves because you start thinking, how simple could this be, and yet I can't play it like a pro. The idea is to escape the missiles that chase your rocket and crash into it. You need to keep avoiding them by turning your rocket into all kinds of directions, and at the same time, keep collecting those stars. And you also unlock more rockets as you progress, and needless to say, the game gets tougher the longer you're alive and not touched by those rockets. You can also turn your rocket around in a way that those missiles crash into each other, and that way you're just safer. Obviously, there are more missiles coming at you the longer you play, so it really gets very intense. The last game on the list is Stickman Base Jumper 2, and it's basically about base jumping to land at a particular spot. So if you understand projectile motion, you've got this game covered. You basically step back enough to make a good run, and then you tap, once you're ready to take off. So you run and then take off. Now, obviously, you need to be a little calculated in your head to determine when is a good time to jump. Base is the spot where you need to land. And once you're in the air, you wait for the right time, open your parachute, and land. Now, there are multiple levels that you could, go through. There's also a countdown timer at the top. So if you see, I've got 15 seconds on the top of this screen. That's when I should be landing. I mean, I've got 15 seconds to do all of this. And, if I land too late, then the parachute just disconnects from your body and then you drop dead. Quite literally, So, and if I, there we go. So, I've already crossed 0 and there we go, dead. So there are plenty levels that you could go through. You can see that within one city, there are maybe 3 or 4 levels, and then you need to unlock the second one by finishing your first one, and then there are multiple scenarios on the left side. So it's a pretty intense, comprehensive game, and you can spend quite a few hours finishing this as well. So that was my last game on the list. So those were the top games for this month. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you have any games as suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.